Hey, this is Ray, and welcome to Share the Bliss. And today, I wanted to talk about some shoes. And not just any shoe, these are Merrell shoes. I've been a fan of Merrell for a long time. Whether I'm working out, going on a little hike, just walking around the neighborhood, I enjoy wearing a pair of Merrells. And one of the things I love about them is that you can take out the insoles, and if you have a special insert that you like to put in, or if you have special made to order insoles, you can put those in there. And I just think that's awesome that they offer that. Not every sneaker or shoe offers that. But today I wanted to talk about a new one that just came out, and it's the Ultralight. It's a mid-ankle. And this is really special because they're not only waterproof, but there is a designer artist that actually did the print on these named Noelle Phares. And I just love them, and I'm going to talk more about them in a minute, but I wanted to tell you about a little bit about me and a little bit about what I was wearing so you can kind of get an idea of why I switched, because I was wearing these Merrells. They're very, very light. They've got mesh on the top, and they've got a pretty good sole on them for walking. And I liked them a lot because I work out and sometimes I do aerobics, sometimes I do HIIT training, and I wanted a light sneaker that wasn't a lot of weight. But what happened with me was that I actually sprained my ankle really bad a few years back. And it was a very bad sprain. And as some of you might know, a sprain that bad sometimes is worse than a fracture. So even though it's been several years, that ankle is still a little bit weaker. And so if I run or if I go on a long walk or even do some HIIT training, sometimes I don't feel like I have the balance or the stability, and afterwards it will ache a little bit. And I also realized that having these for so long, even though it looks like they have really good tread in them, I was sliding a lot. One of the walks I like to do is about a mile long, and it's very, very hill. It's got a very steep gradient. And when I walk on it, there's a lot of loose gravel and stones. It's not a paved road, and it can get very slippery. And I found myself the other day walking down it, and several times I almost fell because I lost my footing. And a lot of times I do it with walking sticks. But I really wanted to be able to give you a good review of without walking sticks and just how well the shoe performed. So my old shoe, when I went down, there's two hills. One of them is very steep, and then the other one's not quite as steep, and then it levels out. On the very steep hill, I slid twice where I lost my balance and almost fell. And that was without my walking sticks. And that was just last week. Well, today I went out, and it was right after a rain, and I used this shoe here. So let me tell you about this shoe first, and then I'll tell you what my experience was like with this shoe. This is the Ultralight Mid Waterproof. If you look it up, they have a lot of different colors in it, and I'm really into fashion, so for me, not only does it have to perform well, but I want it to be something like if I was going out to the store or something, or I just wanted to wear it out, that I would like it too. And so for me, it means a lot how it looks, and I just really fell in love with this print. And I thought the shoe sounded good. So I'm going to read a little bit here for you because I want to make sure that I tell you exactly what Merrell tells you about these shoes. They have what they call an M-Select Dry Barrier Impermeable Membrane in them, which means that they help absorb the moisture so that your feet stay dry. And so this shoe, you shouldn't find your feet sweating in after a long walk. And they are supposed to be waterproof so that if you step in a puddle, your feet are not going to get wet. So that's the first thing. They also have a Stratifuse exoskeleton, which provides like a glove-like fit. So they really say that the fit should feel really good and fit really nice, so it's not too loose or not too tight. They have a kinetic base with a contoured insole for flexible support. They have air cushioning in the heel of these shoes, so you should really feel like you've got a little bit of flexibility when you walk, and just feel like you've got some good cushioning against the concrete or whatever kind of terrain you're on. They have a mountain grade quantum grip rubber outsole, and when I read about these were supposed to be one of the best for walking on any kind of a terrain, doing any kind of hiking on them. They're vegan friendly for those of you that's important, and also they're considered lightweight for a mid ankle boot at 1 pound and 7 ounces, 640 grams. So let's take a look at these shoes. So the first thing I wondered was, how well is it going to support my ankle? Is my ankle going to feel weak and tired in it? Or, if you're doing any kind of running, is the ankle going up to my ankle, was it going to feel weird to me or feel maybe too restricted because I'm used to not having a mid-ankle shoe? What I'd like to tell you is that I actually did do some running out on the gravel right after the rain, and I found that my foot was really well supported and my ankle didn't feel weak. The cushioning was great. You really feel like you're almost walking on a cloud in these shoes. They give you a nice amount of bounce, and what I noticed is if you when you step off, there is just a little bit of a rock to them, which I really think helps when you're jogging or if you're doing walking or even like a fast walk. It just really is very comfortable and goes with the natural way your foot goes when you're walking, which I really liked a lot. Now, then I went down the steep terrain in these, and I was a little bit concerned because once again, I did not bring my walking sticks. I thought I'm just going to try it out. And of course, it just rained. And when this particular stretch of road gets rain on it, there is a lot more loose gravel on there because it kind of washes out a little bit of the road. So I took it kind of slow and went down it like I would in my other shoes. But actually, I did not slide or slip at all. Actually, I felt that my footing was really good. I felt really secure. And then I thought, okay, when I went down the second stretch of hill, I'm going to take it a little faster speed. I'm going to do a little bit wider of a stance and just really walk fast. And my foot did slide just a couple times, but never felt like I didn't have my footing and never lost my balance or came close to falling. It was almost like the shoe had its own little intelligence in there of knowing, okay, I'm sliding a little, but here I can grip again. And it just was a slight roll and boom, it grabs right on and no issues at all. I just felt like the shoes were extremely comfortable. I went on a mile walk with them, and then I decided that I would run back up the hill so that I could see with all the loose gravel, did I slide trying to run up the hill? And actually, I did not slide one time running up the hill with these shoes. So when I got home, a lot of times my ankle would be a little achy. I had no pain, no achiness, no blisters. My feet felt great, my ankle felt great, and still does. It's been a couple hours now, and the ankle really feels good. So not only do I feel like the shoes really look sharp, thank you Noelle for the great design, but also they were just so comfortable. And I was really surprised for a mid-ankle type of sneaker and a more of a hiking type. Now, these are a little dirty now, but you can see the tread on the bottom is a little different than my old Merrells, and definitely I can feel the difference. Even when my old Merrells were new, I really do feel like these sure do give me a much better grip. So if you're looking for a pair of sneakers that are going to be stylish, but also perform well, whether you're doing HIIT training, whether you're doing walking, whether you're going on a hike, whatever it is that you're going to do, you can feel like you've got really good support and some really nice fashion. So thank you, Merrell Shoes, for doing an awesome job. Thank you, Noelle, for the awesome design. See you next time on Share the Bliss.